Hello, Win-Jeunesse family in North America. I am excited to be with you here today to launch one of the most impactful products that Win-Jeunesse maybe has ever had. I'm here tonight with someone that's very special. He's coming to us from Costa Rica. He's a member of our scientific advisory board. He's a Nobel Prize nominee, an Edison Award recipient, and a renowned cell aging and DNA researcher. Please welcome with me here tonight, Dr. Vincent Giampapa. Dr. G, it's good to see you.
Hey, Mark, my pleasure, and I am as excited or maybe more than you are in order to help explain and launch this amazing new product we have.
Absolutely. I think you might be more excited because this is highly scientific. And as we talked about how we would launch this, we're like, you know, it's got to be Dr. G. There's just so much that has to be explained because we all really want to understand it and find out how this is going to impact our lives. Now, Dr. G, you've been with Win-Jeunesse. Oh, you've been with Win-Jeunesse really since the beginning, I think. Isn't that right?
Yes, I was on board with Win-Jeunesse from the very beginning, and I've watched the company grow, not just in sales, but in science and credibility. And that's what keeps me so excited about being able to help create new products and really touch as many people as possible to improve their lives.
Yeah, when you talk about many people, I mean, that you're not kidding. Think of the millions, the hundreds of thousands and millions of people who you and your products, and really in combination with Win-Jeunesse, the lives we have been able to change and affect. It's really something to just say, wow.
Well, I think that's one of the beauties of the Win-Jeunesse business is not only do we produce really high quality products, but it's a great way to make a great living. It to be surrounded by similar minded people, and importantly, it's a great way to help other human beings live a healthier, longer and productive life.
Yeah, and I think that's really the goal of the founders here at Win-Jeunesse. They're just trying to help people around the world, and this definitely impacts a lot of people. Now, I don't know if you remember, but last year at Expo, I was backstage, and I wanted to let you know it was pretty funny. I was backstage in the dark watching the show, making sure everything was running, and all of a sudden I see Dr. G running toward me, and he's so excited. He grabs my arm, he pulls me into one of the green rooms, and he says, "Mark, I have got some new things that we have got to put together. One of the most amazing products Win-Jeunesse has ever had. I've found some new science, new ingredients." And he starts to tell me about it. But Dr. G, do you remember when that happened? And could you just tell him kind of your thoughts in that moment?
Yeah, I remember exactly when that happened. And what's interesting is, I was so excited because I always felt that the YES system is a great system, the products are great, but there was a missing link based upon how the research on cellular aging was really occurring. And finally, that piece of information hit me, and I knew we had an opportunity to create a product that would truly, I believe, enhance the whole YES system effects.
Do you guys hear that? The missing link. I remember you saying that too. And I thought, how could there even be a missing link? The youth enhancement system is so amazing. So let's get right to it. Let's start talking about what it is you discovered. Let's jump right in.
Well, what I found is that the science of cellular aging really was advancing amazingly quickly. Every 2 months, we almost double the information we know about how our cells age. But one of the most prominent areas of research was this whole area about how does the cell produce the energy it needs, particularly as we age. How does the cell produce the energy we need, and what was it inside the cell that created that energy? And when this information came out about NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, this is what hit me. And the whole concept here was, is there any way we can support the cell's ability to make NAD? Particularly, the research showed that as we age, we lose that ability to make NAD. So that's where this whole thing started, and that's what has really led us to where we are today over the past year.
You know, this slide says the science of aging. I'm always worried about the signs of aging myself. You know, a little bit of gray here, there, here and there. You got your energy levels are not quite the same. A wrinkle, maybe one or two. So the signs I know are part of it, but I know it's a lot deeper and complex thing that you're talking about.
Yes, in fact, you know, when we see the signs of aging, that is, we lose our general energy levels, we lose the enthusiasm as we get up in the morning to challenge and to fight that day, we lose memory. Our ability to remember efficiently decreases. Our focus, mental focus decreases. And sadly enough, we start to see a change in our body where we don't have that youthful appearance. But you know, the real secret is understanding when the aging process really starts to show itself is with that sign of that first wrinkle. And all of these things are really based on the fact that each one of the 30 trillion cells in our body is starting to lose the energy it needs to maintain a youthful state and function. So some of the signs of aging, as we see on the body, are very important, but mostly what's really important is what happens inside the cell. So inside the cell, what really happens is a loss of that ability to produce the energy we need to maintain youthful cell function, the ability to make ideal copies of the cells as are aged or destroyed by whatever process, the general aging process or the environment. The levels of NAD, which are actually what absorbed into the cell, are what is responsible for producing the cellular energy that is required to maintain these processes. We also lose the ability of cells to communicate with each other, and that's part of maintaining a healthy environment inside our bodies. We lose the ability for genes, the key genes involved in aging, to keep the healthy genes active and the unhealthy genes suppressed. That's called epigenetics. And lastly, we lose the ability of our cells to make the ideal quantity and form and shape of the proteins they need for cell communication, but also to create the proteins that are required for a strong immune function, for instance, to make muscle, bone, cartilage, and in general, just to maintain themselves. So the signs of aging, although we don't see them, are really what occurs at the level of the cell in each one of those 30 trillion cells that make us up as human beings.
Wow. So our cells actually have to make a duplicate copy, and that's part of the problem is they're not perfect?
Exactly right. So what we call cellular replication has to do with being able to maintain accurate copies of our body cells and our stem cells, which are really the core regenerative potential inside our human bodies. So let me give you this analogy. If you take a piece of paper with an information on it, a letter, let's just say a sentence like the sentence, "I am healthy," and you put that on a photocopy machine and you make 30 copies, you take it off, you notice that 30th copy is not quite really clear. But if you took that copy and put it back on the copy machine and made another 30 copies, you'd find you'd barely be able to read it. So this analogy is very similar to what happens to our cells as we age. That is, the information in our cells, our genetics, our DNA, as it makes copies, slowly gets damaged, is unable to create an accurate, good copy of the new cell it has to make. So cellular replication is very important for stem cells to function optimally, for our body cells to function optimally. And now we have one of the, I would again say, the missing link to how we can help support the production of that core component, that core ingredient called NAD, that helps us to maintain a more youthful and ideal function at the level of our cells.
Wow, so lifestyle and NAD. Can you explain a little more about what NAD actually, like how it works, like what it is? I'm just trying to understand it.
Sure. Now, lifestyle and NAD are directly linked. Okay. So, for instance, there are certain things we can do to enhance how our cells work to actually support NAD production. And that has to do with regular exercise, not too much, not too little, a more natural diet with organic ingredients from our diet, things that are more alkaline, and natural compounds that can help support NAD levels. Now, why is that important? Is because if we can help maintain or support our normal NAD levels, our cellular energy, the little tiny factories inside our cells, the organelles like mitochondria that produce ATP, the key enzymes involved in correcting the damage to our DNA, which are, we now know, one of those is an enzyme called PARP, and another group of genes called sirtuin genes that are definitely involved in extending health span. All of these things can be impacted by lifestyle, and particularly by the knowledge that we now have about how we can maintain and support normal NAD levels as we age.
Ah, I got it. So, I mean, it's still important to live a healthy lifestyle, like get out, exercise, get good sleep, eat the right things, but you also need to support those NAD levels.
Absolutely correct. So let me make a really important comment here. You know, as we age, okay, from age 40 to age 60, we lose about 50% of our cell's ability to make this energy compound called NAD. So this is so important to keep in mind, is because one of the reasons why we can't make copies of ourselves, we can't keep our cell function up, which is what we need to maintain our stem cells and our organ function, is the loss of this energy system, this energy component that really allows our cells to stay more functioning and stay more optimally functioning as we age. This is one of the lost secrets, one of the lost keys we were looking for to really help with the cellular aging process.
Ah, so lifestyle and NAD really, in the end, it's all about health span, the number of years that we live well.
Well, I think no one wants to live longer if the quality of their life is really poor. And today, our whole focus is on how do we keep people healthier longer so they can be productive, enjoy their families, their friends, and even the work they do. Because today's society, people don't really retire at 65. They want to keep on working. And frankly, with the present environment we all live in, we're going to have to keep on being productive and staying healthier as long as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dr. G, I think it's time to start to show them. Let's show them what we've been working on. I've been lucky enough to be working with you throughout this year and our team, and the new product that we've got, it's got a great name. So let's take a look at it right now. It's called Life NMN, Life NMN from Win-Jeunesse. Now, look at that bottle. That jar right there is unlike anything I've ever seen. It looks super high tech, and I think it matches up to your science. When we heard what was going on inside the formula, we said we've got to find a way to create packaging that matches up. And I love the tagline as well: one life, live it well. But tell me your thoughts on the new product name, the packaging, and your excitement about it.
Well, first of all, I think the name of the product is extremely appropriate because NAD is really the life of the cell, energy source. And NMN is the key component that we now know can help maintain NAD levels for us inside our cells in our bodies. But really the look of the packaging, how even the capsules look and are made, really reflects the science of the future, which is what I believe we have incorporated into the formulas for this new product, Life NMN.
Yeah, it totally feels like we're living in the future. And why don't we take a look right now at a marketing video that we created for all of you? Because I know it was tough for me to figure out how to explain all of this incredible science. And so this video is going to help you do that. And it's a great marketing tool to be able to send out and help people get interested in this new product called Life NMN. Let's take a look.
We're living in the future. Self-driving cars, interplanetary travel, neural linking, artificial intelligence, gene editing. Things we only dreamed were possible are now a reality. At Win-Jeunesse, the global leader in youth-driven products, we asked ourselves, what's the future of Generation Young? What's the next breakthrough to help each of us live a remarkable health span? We sought the expertise of Dr. Vincent Giampapa to help those who are looking for a remarkable health span, youthful energy, a sharper mind, and to live well. The result, Life NMN. You have one life. Live it well.
Your health span, that is a quality of time that you have as you age, is directly related to the amount of NAD that our cells produce. NAD levels decline up to 50% between the ages of 40 and 60. The core piece of information to understand is NMN is the direct precursor to NAD to produce the cellular energy that we require to age optimally as the years go by.
The Life NMN revolutionary formula features the Youthful Complex 6, a proprietary blend of 6 cutting-edge and well-researched ingredients that includes NMN and so much more.
We've come up with 6 key ingredients, including NMN, and each one of them have the specific effect. And I'd like to talk about right now the core ingredient NMN, or beta-nicotinamide mononucleotide. As NMN enters the cell directly, it then gets converted to NAD inside our little energy factories called mitochondria. So it's really a unique compound. And NMN is really the core compound to help support our levels of NAD inside the cell. So let's take a look at how these other ingredients that have been put in the formula work in synergy with each other. The first one we're talking about here is PQQ, or pyrroloquinolone quinone. So PQQ has been documented in research to help support mitochondria activity, the function of mitochondria that make ATP. Pterostilbene. The pterostilbene is an antioxidant similar to resveratrol. It's mainly a natural compound found in berries, particularly blueberries. N-extra is the concentrated form of this alpina galanga, which supports mental alertness and generally helps with energy levels inside the cell. L-citrulline. Emerging science has shown that L-citrulline is converted into another amino acid, L-arginine, which then the body could convert into nitric oxide. BioPerine is a black pepper extract that has been used for very long times to help with absorption. So Youthful Complex 6 was designed with ingredients that, along with NMN, help produce more energy at the cellular level, ingredients that help with mental focus and general energy, and ingredients that help with absorption and actually can help with specific activity within the cell. You know, we only have one life, so the secret is to live it as well as possible, and this is the science that can help us accomplish that.
Take Life NMN to reclaim that youthful feeling, enthusiasm for life, and the feeling of confidence that you're maximizing your healthy years, so every day is lived well.
Wow, that's all I have to say, Dr. G. I mean, that video really helps to sum it up, and it really helps explain some of what you were saying. But an incredible video, and I got to say the team did a great job on that. I hope that helps you out. And coming into this slide, I noticed that part of this product, a very important part, is a complex, the Youthful Complex 6. It's a little bit of a tongue twister for me there, obviously. But tell us about what is the Youthful Complex 6.
You know, so when I was looking at what can we do to a product that not just helps support NAD levels, but goes beyond that. Because there are other products on the marketplace in different places all over the globe that are now looking at and creating a product with NMN as their core ingredient. But the goal here was to create a product that goes beyond just the impact of NMN, but including other ingredients that actually support the function of NMN and potentially can help that key ingredient work even better. So Youthful Complex 6 was designed with ingredients that, along with NMN, help produce more energy at the cellular level, ingredients that help with mental focus and general energy, and ingredients that help with absorption and actually can help with specific activity within the cell. So these 6 ingredients together have created a synergy of effect. Again, we all know that synergy is one of the core components and concepts behind the YES system. So my goal was to incorporate that concept in the product that could then fit that missing link in the YES system. So the core ingredient is NM. Yeah, go ahead.
Just gonna say, I started getting excited because you said there's M&Ms, but I see that it's really NMN, and that's kind of hard to say. We got to help everyone understand it's not M&M, it's NMN.
Mark, you always have a unique way of getting everyone's attention, and I appreciate that. So yes, it's NMN, which stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide. So what's interesting is NMN is basically every cell in our body, and it's a natural compound that our body has. But unfortunately, as we age, the level of this core compound to produce NAD declines with age. And as I said earlier, between 40 and 60 years of age, we lose 50% of that energy creation compound. So NMN directly supports this NAD production inside the cell. And it does it both directly by being able to absorb on its own into the cell and make NAD, but it also can, outside the cell, can create another precursor product called NR, or nicotinamide riboside, which also goes into the cell and helps produce NAD as well. The second ingredient I put in here is PQQ, pyrroloquinone quinone. Not an easy thing to say, but a very important compound, because what PQQ does, again, it helps support the activity and function of mitochondria, which are the energy factories in our cell, support production of ATP, which is what NMN does, and in general, it helps the cell's energy source, it helps maintain that function as we age. So damaged mitochondria, which occur as we age, produce less NAD, less ATP, and this product helps support those functions that occur with aging. So the third ingredient in youthful complex 6 is pterostilbene. Pterostilbene is a unique stilbenoid, or a compound that is normally produced by berries, particularly blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. It has a very high antioxidant component, which helps with quelching free radicals, but it is very similar to resveratrol, which has many positive effects on the cellular aging process, published in many journals in general. So we've added this compound to work along with NMN. Our next ingredient is also very important. Now, this is something unique. You know, one of the key signs of aging and loss of cell function is our inability to focus and inability to keep our memory sharp and recall things. So N-extra has been used for a very long time in Asia. It is a natural tuberous herb that has been documented in clinical studies to help improve mental alertness, but again, also helps improve general energy levels. So far what you've seen is NMN is essential in producing NAD, the source of energy. PQQ helps produce energy at the level of our ATP. N-extra helps produce energy. So we've included into this formula more than one ingredient that helps with energy production, but still focus on that core ingredient that helps support the levels of NAD. So we'll take a look at our next ingredient. L-citrulline is a natural occurring and helpful amino acid. And emerging science has shown that it converts into another amino acid called L-arginine, which eventually helps the body produce nitric oxide. So nitric oxide is very important because this is what causes our tiny little blood vessels next to our cells and our tissues to open up and allow more blood flow and more nutrient delivery to the cells at the most important level for these nutrients and compounds that get into the cell. So I've added that along with the next ingredient to actually help with absorption at another level. So bioperin is a black pepper extract used for many years to help with absorption in general from the GI tract. It is also an antioxidant on its own accord. So the combination of L-citrulline and bioperin create a dual absorption system with this product to help absorb our key ingredients in this formula at the macro level, the intestine, as well as the micro level at the level of the microvasculature that enters the cell. These 6 things together have created a unique product that not only helps with NAD production, but helps with the function of the core components inside the cell that make this energy.
Wow. I mean, this is like a superhero product that you've developed here, Dr. G. It's pretty exciting stuff. I got a question for you, though. How does this product, fit into the YES system? I know you mentioned something before, but it makes me feel like maybe I don't need all these products anymore.
Well, that's not the case. In fact, all the YES products have had a specific function in general, whether it's our topical or oral products. AMPM is a revolutionary product based on epigenetics. It's not a middleman, but it's natural compounds, again, that help at the genetic level. But really we're looking for, what was that missing piece, that key, to speak, was how do we enhance the underlying cellular energy levels? How do we support the core compound that makes energy, and that's NAD? And that's where looking at the latest science in cellular aging really kind of helped us focus on creating this product. Because with a product that has documented evidence that the ingredients it has really can help support NAD function, NAD levels, this is what's going to take the YES system products to another level of impact, to another level of experiential effect. And in essence, I think we're really now rounding out the YES system to be complete in its approach to what we know at the moment with cellular aging.
Wow. So if I'm hearing you right, you're saying that Life NMN, in conjunction with these products, it can actually enhance all the effects, all of the things that we were experiencing before, make them enhance that and help us truly start to live a remarkable health span.
Well, Mark, anything that can help support natural NAD levels will help with our cellular function as we age. And as I mentioned, when you hit 40 and onward, if you're losing over the next 20 years, 50% of that essential energy compound, there is no question that helping to support the production of NAD can make a noticeable difference in how you feel and how you age. And most importantly, it's about staying healthy as we grow older. So I'm super excited about seeing the impact that this product makes, not just YES, but on every one of the people who are using the YES system products. And again, what we're going to notice that the YES system built on synergy is what really makes Win-Jeunesse unique. And this product is not only part of the synergy in the YES system, it's based on synergy in all of its ingredients. So I am super excited to be able to help touch as many YES products, our Win-Jeunesse family, as well as everyone else that they get in contact with.
Absolutely. And as you know, here at Win-Jeunesse, we only create products that help you either look younger or feel younger. And I have a feeling this does both. And we really appreciate your time, your expertise, your professionalism, the science. It's really an amazing new product. Everyone, I know you're excited to hear about when you're going to get it and how you're going to get it. That's coming up next. Dr. G, let's all give you a round of applause, and we appreciate everything that you do. Thanks for being with us tonight.
It's my pleasure, and stay well, stay healthy, and live Win-Jeunesse.
Wow. I think I've got the exact same word that Mark Patterson had when he